My topic is elementary school trends.
Okay.
And mine would be, this kind of sounds weird, or I don't know. It was like the one strap backpack.
Oh yeah.
And
Forrest actually
did I do that?
participated in that trend.
Really?
Oh.
You.
I never
we went to
no.
the
I don't
same
remember.
elementary school, so
Yeah, we
we like
did.
understand each other's trends.
That is true, yeah.
What about those the silly band things? they
Silly
put
bands
Oh my
were-
God.
Yeah,
On
no,
their
those were
pencils.
good.
Yeah.
They got banned. I remember that.
Did they
And
really?
Yeah, they got
Hey.
banned. I don't know why. They weren't doing any
No,
harm.
because
or
people were
anything.
like fighting over them.
But yeah.
Yeah, the silly bands were. I remember I didn't want any, and then my grandma bought me some, and I was into it after that.
You know, the funny thing is I never got into that at all.
Me neither. When I was in 3rd grade, pencil grips was a big thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, that.
grip-
And that's,
Dude, it was like-
went hand in hand.
Dude, it was like freaking.
Like,
It was like a
people
car. It was. They were like cartels. There was
were.
like cartels.
There were grippy cartels.
They
Hold
were
on,
like
hold on.
gangs. They were like, hey man.
There is a story about something that happened at Stone Robinson.
What?
Me and Forrest participated.
In the grippy thing?
No.
What?
Do you
Oh, I
remember
thought you
the
said
hill
creepy.
at Stone Robinson?
Yeah.
Remember
Which
that
one?
war we had with the girls and the boys? On
Oh,
the hill?
yeah.
There was this huge. There was like 2 separate spots on the hill. We had the bigger part of the hill, and like all the boys would hang up there.
It wasn't
and, like,
a war
eat worms or
for
something.
grippies,
And
was it?
It was.
Oh man, I didn't even know
And
that.
I remember just going back and forth in between the camps because I wasn't like
Camps.
a part of it. Yeah, that's what it was.
He was a messenger.
And like there was girls at the bottom of the hill like pretending to cook and stuff. I was like, what? I'm too old for this. I'm about to retire next week. You know, like stuff like that. And
That's really funny.
I would walk through and they'd be like, "Go tell those boys they're stupid." And I'd walk up the hill and be like, "Hey
You're
guys,
stupid.
the girl's got a message for you.
You're stupid.
You're stupid." It was like, yeah.
Dude, they were like cartels, man. Like,
No, yeah.
And they all had like grippies, just those little
grippies?
silly bands just shooting at each other.
yeah. And it
No,
was-
but the grippies were before silly bands.
Oh,
They
yeah,
were.
sure.
Grippies were, because I remember grippies. I remember going into people's pencil cases and like taking out their grippies when they were out at
Nice.
recess. I would nab them, you know.
Do you
oh
remember?
man, that's messed up.
Do you remember the copperhead that was on that hill though?
I found that copy.
I know, and
yeah.
you're like, looks fake. And then
Yeah, I thought it was
like,
a toy, but it was a real copperhead.
You should have picked
Could've
it
died.
up and played with it.
It was really scary. honestly.
almost died there for a minute.
Yeah, man, they were like certain groups. Like
That's
one group.
Sean Stopper.
Yeah,
Oh,
no.
yeah.
I got a whole
yeah, tell
nother
that story.
conversation for that. Me and him got a story.
I don't know what other fads. I feel like just like the
Oh,
early
just-
2000s was just like a really weird time.
It was. I
It
was
was just.
scared.
We're still
honestly,
going
like-
through weird times now.
I was
so.
thoroughly
Yeah, but I feel like it's like.
worried about the human race.
I don't know.
Yeah, then freaking. Also, when I was in elementary school, everybody was like, "Oh, the world's gonna end
In 2012.
2012." Hey, no, I'm not gonna lie.
I was honestly really scared about that.
There's one story.
So
it was,
was I.
you know, they say it was I think like December 21st,
I think I
2012.
scared you more.
No,
because I
yeah,
looked
man.
it up.
And then look, here's what happened though. Me and my dad were watching TV. It was December 20th at like 11:59, and we were always joking around like, "Oh, you're the world's gonna." We were joking around, right? And like, and we like counted down like until it turned 12, like joking around, and like 2 seconds after it hit 12 o'clock, our power went out. Our power went out, and I was like,
That's scary.
that was the scared, like the scared I've ever been in my entire life. Like, and then all of a sudden the power came back on. I was like,
You're like,
like all night. I like as soon as that happened, I was like, I'm going to bed.
It was
It's like,
supposed to happen at like. I remember it was supposed to happen at like 2 in the afternoon though,
yeah. Then I heard
or
about
something.
that. Yeah.
And so like, I was. That was a scary day.
That was
Like no lie, that was really scary.
you know the funny thing is, like I totally was oblivious to. I was like, oh, it's 21st. Oh, whoops.
No, I knew.
Whoa, the world was supposed to end yesterday. Am I
yeah. I
pinching myself?
Was that the date?
That was me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
21st.
December 21st. Yeah.
It was like 5 days after my birthday. I'm like, great, now 13.
I'm gonna die.
Now I'm gonna die. What a
That
long
was a scary
life.
time. It was a scary time.
Oh man.
Anyways, back on the subject of elementary trends.
Elementary trends were always, I feel like, very unique.
Yeah.
You know, like high school trends are more subtle than how elementary school trends. I feel like elementary school trends, everyone gets in on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But then like high school, it's like real subtle. It's like happening, but like it's
Like Uggs.
Oh my
It was
gosh.
happening.
yeah. No, but like high school trends, like people
participated.
they dress in like a similar manner, but like it's really subtle. And like one kid will get something, and then like slowly a bunch of other kids will kind of like get the same thing.
Yeah.
But in elementary school, it's like, dude, what's on your wrist? Is that a
Yo.
Is that a band that looks like a boat when you take it off?
call it a silly man. What?
And then like next day,
Silly
people out.
Next day, cartels are formed and
And hill wars are started.
Yeah, that's right.
Death was everywhere.
Hill
In
Village,
Stone Robinson Elementary. Copperheads were fought.
Copperhead Road,
I can't remember. any
Copperhead
other-
Village.
I don't know.
Bakugan was a big one.
Yeah, there was
yeah.
a Pokemon.
Like Beyblades and crap. No, that was middle school. There was like this one kid. That's all he did was just play with Beyblades.
I
He was
remember.
like, whenever he run,
Time to pay.
Did he do that? Nice.
he was like,
Anime.
"See you, dude." Take off.
I used to do that in gym class, but I didn't know it was an anime thing. Like I just did.
You
it.
just voluntarily
No,
just
I was just like
Dragon Balls eat it.
Yeah.
Dragon Balls
For no
eat it.
reason.
What?
I don't know why I did it.
You said eat it.
Because I was
didn't
like,
you?
that's cool. I
thought
can
you said
run with
eat
that
it.
moving my arms. And so that was interesting. But no, what was I just about to say? And you guys, Pokemon. Pokemon was a huge thing.
You know what never set off for Pokemon? The Pokemon cards. I had
love
like a
the
million.
Pokemon
I had a
cards.
million of those, but I never
So
used
good.
them.
I had them, but my grandparents didn't like Pokemon. They said they were demonic creatures, so I should throw them away. And
I didn't.
throw
I
'em
was
away?
sad.
I didn't know. I don't know how to
They
play
had to
that
go.
stuff. I tried to play like Uno one time. Cause like I was like little. And I was like, you know that game
Like
Uno.
Uno?
Right?
I
love it.
I was like, hey, it was like Go Fish, and I was like, hey, do you have a
Pikachu.
Pikachu, Raptor? I don't know.
I remember. So
Level
like,
5.
Pokemon was huge in elementary school, but then it died out.
And then now
in
Pokemon
middle
Go.
school,
Very quick.
in
Oh.
middle school, I was like singing out with my friends. I was like, hey, let's try out Pokemon again. And we all brought our Pokemon cards to school the next day, and we got into it for like a whole month. It was like a really big thing. Yeah, that happened. I love
It happened,
Pokemon
definitely.
came back again. They came back.
Pokemon is back.
Yeah, Pokemon Go, man.
Pokemon
But
Go.
that kind of died out too.
No, that died out really fast.
That died
Because them
really fast.
clowns.
Thank God.
Don't
It's
know
not
what-
why it died out.
Hey,
Hey,
if I'm
the
playing
game was
Pokemon
so
Go,
buggy.
You
yeah,
ever see a clown? It's like there's a clown in your neighborhood.